Wait, did Zuma kill the stream? Did Zuma kill the stream? I genuinely, I cannot believe I didn't notice that. I cannot believe Zuma killed the stream. I genuinely did not notice. Okay, that's actually, okay, gang, I'm not gonna lie. Unironically, that's kind of a good thing. That's kind of a good thing. It's kind of a good thing that, that, oh yeah, true. I think it's a good thing that it broke the stream because how do I put it? I played like ass. I played really fucking bad. And it was really embarrassing. It was very sad. Okay. I can do something here. Okay. I'm thinking here. There's hope. There's hope here. Okay. I could fuck up anything but that color right now. Yes, that's what I'm looking for. That's what I want. Okay. So, like, what I really want right now is, like... It's like that, kinda. Yes, this is what I'm looking for. That was cool. That's what I was looking for. That's what I wanted this whole ass time. Okay, and then, like, boom. And then, like... Oh, dude, oh, wow, I'm pumped. I can't believe I fucked that up. Oh my god, that was not great. Why does the frog look so stupid? Mean to him! No, the stream is definitely back. The stream is back. I pretty promise. Okay, let's see. Okay, I can definitely set up some cool shit here, but I should just be basic for a minute. Okay. Okay, get a green there, and then get like a blue in there. Oh wait, what the fuck did I just do? I think I fucked up really bad, actually. Yeah, I did. Holy. I made a fucky wucky. Oh, I need to salvage that. That's not good. Just get that in there. Pretend none of that happened. Oh, I might be bad at Zuma. I hate to say it, I might be bad at Zuma. Don't tell nobody. Don't tell nobody, but I am very bad at Zuma. Okay. Let's see. I can make this work. I can make this work. Easy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Oh, that took out the whole ass thing. Oh. A yellow stream in my time zone. Unfortunately, it's watching me play Zuma really bad. Okay. Zuma wee mama. Oh, not where I wanted that to go. Not where I wanted that to go. I fucked up really bad. Okay. Okay. Okay, there's a plan. Let me think. There's definitely something I can do here. No, I think I have to bite the bullet. Unless, question mark? Okay. Can I do anything cool? I don't think I can. I think it's over. Yeah, the dream is dead. Wait, no? Dream not dead? Dream a little dead. That was kind of a bummer. Okay. That was something. It wasn't great, but it was something. It was something. It wasn't that bad. Riverbed mosaic. Easy. Okay. Let's set up something fun. Okay. I want the coin. I want the coin real bad. I couldn't get it. I was too slow. Fuck. I want the coin. I could fuck up a coin right now. Okay. I don't think I'm getting the coin. No, I'm not good enough for the coin. That's so sad. Okay, we can do something here. Okay. There's magic to be had here. No, there's not. Hi again. Hello. I'm playing Zoomer. And, it's going. It's definitely going. Okay, we can get a cheeky little combo going here, but nothing too cool. Wait, no, that was a little cool. That wasn't bad. Okay. Okay, let's just get that out the way. And get that out the way. That's something. I did a little spin for fun. I think I want that. And then... this is something. And now, can I do anything cool? A little. Like, that was stuff, kind of. I agree. Yeah, the stream did crash a little bit. So I think you know what I'll probably do? I'll do a little more Zoomer. You know what I'll do, actually? I want to do a little more Zoomer. And then I want to watch that fighting game garbage video that we, like, started watching and then I kind of left. I kind of left B for a minute. I think that's a good idea. Boom. And then, like, let's go... Damn, I could have set up something way cooler there. Okay. Let's get a green going. A lot to be said for green. It's nothing that cool, but it was fine. Combos is combos. Oh wait, this will be beast if I set it up right. Wait. Yes, this is good. Yes! I got my first coin! I can be okay at the game. Green. If I was green, where would I lean? In there. Wait, that might have been the worst play ever, I think. Why do you have my mom's computer for 2006? Probably because I was just left unattended with my grandma's computer, like, a lot. So I was just like, oh, video games. I love video games. What does she have? And it was all the shit like this. And honestly, she was kind of right for it. The shit's beast. Okay. Okay. What do I do with you? I think maybe this. Do I pop this? No. I do this, and then I go boom. And then I get to coolest. That wasn't that cool. That was only a little That was only a little cool. How about green? This might be something. That was a combo, technically speaking. That falls under the definition of a combo. Okay. It's not looking good. It's not looking fantastic. I think we gotta take out some of these. I could fuck up a yellow ball right now. I think I need a bit of leeway. Oh, thank God. That was nearly bad. I think I need a bit of breathing room. Okay. Okay. Boom. Boom. And then I can go boom. And then I can go... Wait, this is the one. This is for the whole can of worms. This is gonna save me. That was... alright. That was not bad. That was something. That was not bad. Catch me in the news getting crunk off the Zuma balls. They gotta have Candy Crush at Evo. Or like, well, a good Evo, hypothetically. Evo is kind of over now. They kind of that shit kind of don't matter no more. Okay. I told my mom someone is streaming Instant Aquarium and Zuma, and she's very excited. Fuck yes. I'm glad someone shares my vision. This is what the internet is for, truly. Going, hey, remember good video game? And they're, uh-oh, I made a fucky wucky. Wait, I can salvage my fucky wucky. That was good. God, this game's fucking cool. Okay. And then, like, boom. No, the sticker! You're not meant to be there. The 7 Zuma souls, they won't listen to me. When's the big yellow invitational happening with all the best Sonic the Fighters players? I do find it really funny that, like, I think I've mentioned this, that, like, if we're strictly going off, like, entrance numbers, the biggest Sonic the Fighters tournament, at least for a while, might not be the case no more, was, like, a, how do I put it? No, my... Okay, it's fine. I wasn't paying attention. Holy shit. Was, like, the mystery game at Festa. 2024. I can't believe I fell for that shit. Okay. Let's play it safe for a bit. I got too locked in on, like, Blombos. That was silly. It's not all about the Blombos. Oh, it is about that, though. Babu boo babu. Fuck the coins. Coins ain't shit. Coins don't matter. Coins is weak sauce. It was never about the coins. It was about winning. Blue. God, I need to do something. Ah, these all suck ass though. Yellow. Wait, yellow. No, wait, this is okay. I can make this work, kind of. Can I? Yes. Kinda. This is only a little good. Okay. Bomb? Okay, a lot to be said for a bomb. I fucked up again! Oh my god. I'm kinda sucking ass at this game. Love hanging, see you all tomorrow, Guybrush sweep, hell yeah. We will find out at the very... we won't find out if he, like, made it till, like, the very end of the subathon, but it'll be a good-ass time. Okay. Let me just, like, play it super basic. Okay. Not what I meant to do, but it's fine. Okay. That was kind of something. No, my act. I'm so mad. I fucked up so bad. Okay. I think I just gotta... Wait, no, that's still stuff. That's not bad. Okay. Blue. I keep swearing I hear DK in the background. Like someone chanting DK and it keeps throwing me off. Okay, that's good. Blue. We need to do something about this blue. Wait, that's gonna be awesome. Wait, no, it was not. It was nothing. Oh no. Scary. Scary. Don't like that. I don't like that one bit. Wait, that's good though. I think I'll just do that. Wah. I think some of this shit just needs to go backwards. Okay. Let's see. Let's play it real safe for the time being. Fuck. The little heartbeat sound effect is fucking me up. Wait, I just realized what I did. I didn't mean to do that. Why? Okay, that was good. Good save. A little bit. God, this is scary. Wait, this game... I can't believe... I didn't know Zuma was a horror game. What the hell? Since when? No. Okay. I can't believe it. I got... Oh, wow, I suck at Zuma. I suck at Zuma. A good plan today is better than a perfect plan tomorrow. I think they made that shit up. I'm not gonna lie, I think they made that shit up. I think that's a lie and made up. Okay. As much of a lie and made up that is, I want to do one more thing before we call it a day today. I do want to do one more thing. One more thing before we call it a day for day 2, okay? Let me pull up YouTube again. So, yeah, that game is harder than I expected. I kind of got my ass beat. Okay. We like started watching this earlier, and I want to pull it into the game. I want to pull this up again. I think y'all know what we're doing. One more thing. Apple Keynote ass. Be nice. Be nice to me. You have to be nice to me. We're gonna watch fighting game garbage. I want to watch the one fighting game garbage more than any that I think holds up.
Options like this that actually get into the games that I talk about, and I feel like that's a lot less likely if I'm talking about.
Okay, no, people have joined. Let me start from the beginning again.
It's been quite a while since I did a fighting game garbage, and there's a few reasons for that. One is that I've just been having more fun doing other stuff, and another reason is that, I don't know, I kind of think positivity is cool. Like, a big part of what I want out of my channel is for people to actually get into the games that I talk about, and I feel like that's a lot less likely if I'm talking about things that are genuinely bad. However, fighting game garbage...
Yeah, I was talking about this. I think the, like, hyperfixation on positivity might have been a bit silly, but I think in that context it kind of works. I think I'll let it slide. Me in the past, you're off the hook. You're off the... Do you know if they're going to add Sonic into Smash Wii? Yes, but not as a playable character, as the final boss. Sakurai rides on his back and flies around because Super Sonic.
Is back, and we're doing something a little bit different with it today. See, what we're talking about today isn't weak at all. It's actually pretty good, but it's probably one of the single most universally hated mechanics in a recent fighting game.
Jumping.
Today, we're talking about Breakaway in Mortal Kombat 11.
Oh, the fight stick sound effects. Oh, the fight stick sound effects. I forgot I used to have them. Oh, they're loud. Oh, they're fucking loud. No, that's fair. I would love to do more videos on, like, weak-ass, like, non-playable characters. The Gil video is, like, the closest I've come to that. And I guess the Abigail video has hints of it, because we talk about Abigail versions that you can't play anymore.
Now, if you like Breakaway, that's completely fine. I myself, I'm just kind of indifferent to it. Like, I don't hate it, but I don't like it either. I think it's a decent idea that just has some problems in practice.
I'm such a fence sitter. That's one thing I don't love about this video. I was a huge fucking fence sitter. This was the first video I did where I was talking about something not because of its balance, but because of its reputation. And because of that, especially because I wasn't good at Mortal Kombat 11, I was kind of worried, like, people would get on my ass for this, right? I was genuinely a little worried that, like, damn, what if I look like an idiot because I'm just chatting shit about this mechanic that's, like, actually completely fine? And it was so funny because I put this video up and everyone agreed. There were, like, 1 or 2 people who were like, damn, you tolerate this shit? Like, they were like, they thought I should have gone harder on it. Which, honestly, not wrong. Very, very bad mechanic. Should not have been like that.
I'm not here to convince you that this is objectively terrible or anything. I just kind of want to explain why the people who feel about it so negatively feel the way they do. Breakaway is a defensive mechanic in Mortal Kombat 11 that allows you to escape launch combos by falling to the ground with...
What's that fucking idol, dude? What's that fucking idol, dude?
Defensive mechanic in Mortal Kombat 11 that allows...
Why he grab his belly? He's like, this is me after I ate the pizza. Me rubbing my belly as fuck. Me rubbing my belly as fuck. I can't change scene because it will... Wait, no, I can. Me if I was Kano in Mortal Kombat 11. Bro's tummy hurts. Maybe he got punched in his tummy. Maybe that's what happens. I shouldn't make fun of him. His tummy hurts. It's really mean. Mortal Kombat animations be like tummy full of diseased meat or yum.
To escape launch combos by falling to the ground with armor for 2 defensive bars.
That's scary. He fell out.
Breakaway is Mortal Kombat 11's answer to the Breaker from Mortal Kombat 9 and Mortal Kombat X. In Mortal Kombat X, Breaker allows you to spend 2 bars to break out of any combo from the second hit onwards, launch or grounded.
Okay, one thing I should have mentioned as well, if I'm not mistaken, I think something a lot more similar to Breakaway is in Injustice 2, which, like, going off NRS laws is the next one, so you know what I mean.
It resets both players back to neutral. Now, in fairness, I think on paper, Breakaway is a pretty good idea. I think it's a smart way of, you know, having something like Breaker that wouldn't be too strong in the context of Mortal Kombat 11. If you just took Breaker as is and slapped it into Mortal Kombat 11, I think it would be kind of awful. Breaker's pretty crazy, but so is MKX. Mortal Kombat 11 is a lot more toned down in comparison, so having something like Breaker would be... it'd be a bit much in my opinion. You also gotta remember that how meter works in this game wouldn't work with something like Breaker. See, in Mortal Kombat 11, you have 2 separate meters for offensive and defensive uses. And instead of earning it by...
I mean, this is a bit macho text though. I'm right. This is actually, there's good points here. I was right, but macho text though. I needed to be a bit, I wish I was a bit more concise. MK is such a serious series to watch in motion. I know, it's very silly.
Hitting the opponent or being hit yourself, it just regenerates automatically over time, even between rounds. I think it would be really, really fucked up if you had a regular ass Breaker in this game and you just got it for free over time.
Yes,
and
that is true.
On top of that, it only used defensive bar. So, on top of the fact you're getting this incredibly powerful tool for free, you don't...
For free? Sorry. The only way you could have made Breaker work in this game, I think, is if it cost 4 bars. It cost all of your offensive and defensive bar. And even then, like, it would be so obnoxious because the fact that meter regenerates just automatically in this game is, like, fucked. No, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I have a bit of a soft spot for Mortal Kombat, like, Mortal Kombat's fucked up animations. Like, dude, okay, I'm just saying, listen, genuinely, like, hear me out. Sorry, I fucked up, because I forgot that, like, the buttons, like, skipped to random points in the video. That was my fault. I didn't mean to do that. But I'm just saying, if you're, like, if you can't find, like, Sub-Zero doing, like, a crouching jab, and he's, like, or he's doing some shit like... If you can't appreciate a good fucked up fighting game animation at all, you're lacking a little bit of whimsy. Right? Like, if you're looking at Mortal Kombat's animations and all you think is abysmal dog shit, you are lacking a little bit of whimsy. I won't lie. But also, it's not good. It's objectively not good, but it is... Like, realistically, it's not, like... Because, like, all fighting games exaggerate animations. And Mortal Kombat does it wrong. There's no way around that. But it is funny and should be acknowledged as such. Okay.
In the context of Mortal Kombat 11, if you just took works in this game, wouldn't work with something like Breaker. See, in Mortal Kombat 11...
Okay.
You don't even give up any offensive potential by using it.
Yeah, I think this is where I was at.
I think, on paper, Breakaway is a good idea. I also like the situation...
I don't like the whimsy argument. Mortal Kombat's animations are just bad and they should not get reward. No, I just think that, like, they're funny, though. I'm not saying we should, like, give them a pass for it. I'm just kind of glad that... I think it's, like... I'm not saying that to give NRS credit. Although, granted, listen, they're making these games under some fucked up conditions. But, I'm just saying I'm happy that they exist. I'm happy that a game that's, like, for lack of a better term, I'm happy a fighting game that's this poorly animated is still trucking in today's fighting game space, right? It's kind of cute, right? And, like, yeah, Mortal Kombat makes infinite money, it gets all the rewards, but, like, who gives a shit? It don't matter. It does not matter if, like, John Cod recognizes Mortal Kombat as the biggest, best fighting game, it don't matter. It's fine. It's not that big of a deal. You know? You're like if Mortal Kombat 12 or whatever, if the next Mortal Kombat drops and it's got like SF6 level animation, nothing changes, you know? Except there's less stuff to point and laugh at, you know?
After Breakaway, on paper, I think it's a good idea. Like, resetting both characters to neutral after Breaker in MKX, I think that works for MKX, that's fine. But in MK11, I do like the thinking behind, like, okay, you can break out of the opponent's combo, but you'll probably take a little bit of damage on the way down, and when you're waking up, you don't have access to any of your wake-up options because you just spent all your defensive bar, so even if they don't get their combo, they at least get a mix-up.
I agree. I think I was cooking. I agree.
I like the idea, but in practice it's got...
Where can I find a list of drop games? You want to do, not at Nightbot, you want ! goals. And there's a link in the paste bin. There you go.
Problems that we'll get into.
I've occasionally joked that if Mortal Kombat was less popular, it would be listed as a Kusuke series in a heartbeat. Yeah, I think Mortal Kombat would be looked at a lot more favorably if it was just like a quirky little game that would get dropped like for $20 every now and again. The fact that this is like in terms of money made, the #1 fighting game, although I think maybe now it's not doing so hot, right? It is considered the black sheep of the AAA modern fighters, very much so. Especially after MK1. MK1, like, the thing is Mortal Kombat has always, like, not to dismiss it, Mortal Kombat has never been looked on very favorably from a competitive standpoint. But there are two things it's always had. And those are... How do I put it? Those are sales numbers and single-player content. It has always been the best-selling fighting game, and it has always had some of the most shit to do for people who just want to smash buttons. MK11, it dropped the ball on both. So now it's just a weird, janky game that exists. And that's kind of it.
Later. Now, I think Breakaway and some of the things designed around it in this game have one big fundamental...
Sorry, I keep stopping, but I will also agree. The animations inside the cutscenes are very well done, but I do think the writing, the writing holds it back. The story mode stuff looks great. It just sucks that it's been a long-ass time since they had a good story to tell. I think that's a real bummer.
Issue, but I think it makes more sense to start off with some of the smaller issues and work our way up to that.
Yeah.
So, first off, I mean, look at it. This is like the lamest looking defensive option I've ever seen in a fighting game. Like a lot of big defensive options like this that require some kind of a resource or they're integral to the game. They're kind of flashy, you know? Like burst looks pretty cool, V-shift looks kind of cool, third strike parry, it makes a cool funny little noise.
I was right.
I don't like it.
I agree.
Something you've probably heard quite a lot of people complain about is how easy it is to get an accidental breakaway.
True!
See, the input for breakaway is down and block. And even though that's something you're going to be hitting in neutral quite a lot, that might seem fine because, you know, you can only use breakaway once you've been launched into the air. The problem is that unlike MKX, where you can only use breaker from the second hit of a combo onwards, in MK11 you can use breakaway as soon as you're launched into the air. And this is a problem when you have moves that technically launch, even though they don't give any kind of a combo afterwards. For example, Kotal's forward 4 is a really good mid-hitting poke that he'll use in neutral a lot, but even though it doesn't give a combo, it technically launches. So if you try to crouch block it just a smidge too late, that'll happen. And you've just...
That shit was infuriating. I cannot believe they let that slide. There had to have been a better way. There had to have been a better way. Up plus block? There had to have been a better way. How? Like, that's such an obvious thing, I think. How did they not catch that? I don't know. That shit drives me bonkers.
Wasted 2 defensive bars. I've had this happen to me, and it feels like shit. I don't know how they could have gotten around this. Maybe Breakaway could have been down in stance change.
Yeah.
An issue that a few people I know, and I personally have with Breakaway, is that I feel like it's got really bad synergy with crushing blows that launch the opponent. I really like crushing blows.
idea.
I think they're a great mechanic. I love the idea of fulfilling certain requirements.
I will actually, I'll pause myself real quick. I agree. I think people were too harsh on crushing blows in this game. I think crushing blows were actually a cool mechanic. I quite liked them. I think they were good. The balancing was a bit hit or miss. Some characters had really, really good ones. Some characters had really shit ones. On the whole, though, good mechanic. I liked them.
So I can get, you know, extra damage on a move or a launch afterwards, so I get a big combo. I think that's great, but the problem is, you get crushing blows once a match, and the opponent gets breakaway several times a match. So it's like, I can't tell you the amount of times I've gotten my launching crushing blow, felt really good about it, and then gone, oh wait, they can just break away. I guess I don't get my one chance at this.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't... Ugh.
I'm kind of curious how other people feel about this, because it's something I personally really don't like.
No, yeah, I still don't like that. I think that was silly.
This is a pretty big problem with Breakaway, in my opinion. See, earlier I mentioned how, on paper, I do like the idea of being able to escape the opponent's combo, but still leaving them with the advantage, because, you know, they don't get a combo, but you're knocked down right in front of them without any of your wake-up options, so they still get to push a mix-up. However...
I can't believe I called Shao Kahn King K. Khan. Because it's meant to be a King K. Rool joke. But why didn't I call Kotal that? Because it's literally Kotal Khan. I fucked up. The guy whose name is literally K was right there. And I was like, yeah, Shao Kahn. We watching Classic? We are watching a Classic right now. Remember how they spent MKX building up a new generation of main characters and 2 of them didn't even show up in 11? The other 2, including the literal main character of MKX, got sidelined for the old characters? Because Shao Kahn is cooler. He is, I will say.
Sometimes that's not the case, because there are situations where the opponent can break away from your combo...
I love this jello-looking hammer.
And be left at advantage. Notice how that actually punished Shao Kahn. I'm minus after my own combo because my opponent broke out of it. Like, that's kind of shitty, right? It's called breakaway. It should be an escape option, not a steal back my turn option.
No, I was gonna say, I think people tend to meme about minus on hit too much. I think people meme on minus on hit too much, for certain. How do I put this? People love to see a move that's like -2 on hit. And they'll be like, minus on hit, what the hell were they thinking? And then it's a move that you're meant to use at range. So it's like, no, yeah, that's fine. That's completely fine. Not a big deal. I think people do tend to get worked up over minus on hit. Like, for reasons they shouldn't. This was not one of them. This was absurd. Because, like, it's the opponent's just like, oh, I have my resource now. I can break out of your combo and punish you for hitting me. This was different. This one was fucked up. Most of modern Mortal Kombat feels like just violence being the only reason to play them over other fighting games. It's tricky because I think that sells, but I think a lot of people within the FGC just find it corny, right? Like, they're just kind of over it. Like, if they made a Mortal Kombat with 0 gore, I'd play it. Maybe. Okay, I didn't fuck with Injustice, but that's different.
I get that I'm showing one of the fastest buttons in the game punishing this, but it can get worse than that. Here's a pretty infamous clip from this year's EVO that I'm sure some of you might be familiar with.
Gentlemen, you don't want to give Sub-Zero for the comeback factor. You don't want to give RoboCop. Oh my God, that's
wait.
That might be GG's. Stand for?
Like, this is... Hang on. Wait. Let me run that back real quick.
For the comeback factor, you don't want to give...
Had time to dash up. Dashes were not that fast in this game. Dashes were not that fast in this game. Got hit and had time... Got hit, and you had time to dash up and jab. Bingus game. This game was a bit bingus. I had fun with it. I'm a bit of a Mortal Kombat 11 apologist, but god damn.
Robocop, oh my god, that's gonna be it. That might be GG's. Stand for Fatal.
Yep.
That's gonna be it. This axe of doom is gonna come down on the winner's run.
Now, I completely get that you can make the argument, oh, well, they should have just not ended the combo in that. And, yeah. But listen, I think you can make that argument and still understand why people don't like this.
I like the crypt.
Like,
Good
there's
point.
a massive difference between the kind of mistake you'll typically make in a fighting game and, oh, I ended my guaranteed punish combo in the wrong ender. I should have ended it in something that doesn't get me punished on hit by the game's escape option. Right? Like, that's kind of whack. I don't think there's any getting around that.
Yeah.
Personally, I think a really simple solution to this would be to make it so that using your breakaway forces you to delay your wake up.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't
You
do
already
this.
have the option to do this, but you never really see it from my experience. I think it would have been a great change, because it mostly eliminates the issue of being able to punish your opponent's combo on hit, and in situations where breakaway already left your opponent plus, it just gives them more plus frames to work with. So here's the biggest problem with breakaway in my opinion. It's not
I know, okay, I know where I'm about to go with this. Remember that one of the biggest changes in Killer Instinct Season 3 was changing the whole combo breaker system to make sure you could never combo or get pressure off a breaker? No, yes! And it was smart! Killer Instinct is badass. There's a reason everyone fucks with Killer Instinct, but no one be fucking with Breakaway.
Not even necessarily with breakaway, but more everything around it. The counterplay to breakaway feels just horribly
Yeah, this was the
inconsistent
worst
in my
part.
opinion. And it's weird because technically, on paper, there's a ton of different answers you have to it, like down 2, armor breakers, fatal blow, but it almost never feels like there's a concrete answer to breakaway,
Yeah.
and I think that's a huge problem. Let's do a
I love the way I say huge. Huge. That's a huge problem. That's a huge problem.
little comparison. How do you beat V-Shift? Well, Meaty Throw is one of your most consistent options.
God damn, my
How do you
controller
beat
is
Burst
loud.
and Strive? Well,
Yo, this was launch Strive, dude. This was launch Strive. Holy shit, this brings me back. I think I was a RAM player at the time. God damn. I'm glad that Strive is in a good spot at the moment. I hope Robokai and Jam are like cool and epic. God damn, little did I know what this game would turn into in Season 3. That's a Yugi problem. That's some shit Joey would say to Yugi.
you can bait it, and then you can punish it. Obviously,
Icky.
these aren't the only
Icky.
answers to these defensive options, and there are plenty of defensive options that do not have clear-cut answers. Like, you could write a fucking 20,000-word essay on Third Strike's wake-up game, and you would probably walk out with a C+. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to show that these, big defensive options that require some kind of resource, they usually have at least one very consistent answer.
Yes.
So,
I will say though, at the time, I don't think I knew anyone who did not fuck with parry and Third Strike, and now I've met quite a few people who like love Third Strike, but they cannot get over parry. Like they really dislike what parry does to the game, and that's I kind of get it. It's a shame. It's definitely a shame. But yeah, still going. Yeah, I think after this I'm gonna call it a day. We're gonna call it a little earlier than yesterday's stream. But I'm enjoying watching this old video and just having a bit of a reminisce.
how do you beat Breakaway? Well, the closest thing to a concrete answer is to just not give the opponent an opportunity to use Breaker in the first place.
Yep.
But some characters are significantly better at this than others.
Yeah.
And also, even with the characters that are good with unbreakable damage, you're not just going to go for unbreakable combos the entire game.
Yeah.
When it comes to unbreakable damage, the vast majority of characters just get a string into a special move, which works out really well in some
Dagolka.
cases.
This shit was absurd. That was...
And
this character, this was pre-nerf, I'm pretty sure. This was pre-nerf, I'm almost certain. Zona, by the way. Zona, by the way. Zona, by the way. Wait, hang on. How much did the Scorpion combo do?
This
Wait.
one
How much did the Scorpion...
And also, even with the characters that are good with unbreakable damage.
How is she... 226? 226?
Characters just get a string into a special move, which works out really well in some cases.
Fuck this guy. Fuck the Junkler. I fucking hate the Goka, dude. I do not like him. Also, by the way, just want to point out, do you see the way that string hit?
Well, in some cases.
High? Okay, that's fine. That's completely fine. Overhead. Low. Overhead low. And I do want to stress, this pushes out nearly this far on block. Fuck the Goka, dude. Fucking hate the Goka. Bitch. Where's he Jim Carrey the Mask? Stolen Valley. Stolen Valor. I have not tried the Yu-Gi-Oh mod. The Dogon was low. That shit was a low. That was 4 lows. Like, I guess it was interruptible, but he had shit that was non-interruptible or like frame trapped. The Goka was fucked up. Goka was fucked up in this game. This was like an apology for Injustice Joker. No, it is blockable because you just go from overhead to low. But like, Jesus, dude.
And for other characters, it just kind of doesn't.
Yeah,
now, some
that's
of the
max
characters
damage.
With weaker breakaway options
Oh, wait, hang on. I think I know what I'm about to show.
might have equipable specials that circumvent it a bit, but a lot of the time they're specials that the character wouldn't usually pick in most situations.
Okay, I'm actually wrong here. This is a straight up mistake. I think in the final version of the game, Kano always picks that. I think Kano always... Dambaru TV, thank you so much for the sub. Okay, yeah, that was actually a mistake on my part. I think in the final patch, maybe they buffed it, actually. Maybe this was this might have been before buff. This might have been before buff happened, actually. Because that damage is ass. But I was going to say, yeah, in the final patch, I'm pretty sure Kano always picks that.
Now, unbreakable combos get around breakaway, but they don't actually punish it. Your opponent is still going to have...
Thank you for being my favorite person to put on my TV while I sleep. My god. I love being background noise for people. It's funny because I feel like I'm not the best for background noise, given, like, I don't know. I put some loud ass shit in my videos sometimes. I don't know. Maybe I am just... Maybe I ain't that bad. Maybe I ain't that bad.
access to breakaway after you do an unbreakable combo to them.
Finally catching a stream
Unless
live?
they
Oh, hell
get
yeah.
an attack, of course. So let's talk about some of the ways you can punish breakaway and the inherent issues with them. For the longest time, this was one of your two primary answers to breakaway, and it doesn't really look like it punishes breakaway, but in practice it sort of does. See, down to...
Wait, using you as background noise right now, I just want to interrupt my homework flow to say you are the best background noise in the business. God damn, thank you. I'm playing Minecraft beta as I'm hearing you. Oh, I gotta hop back on Minecraft beta sometime. That shit is nice. Yeah, I know my time zone's a bit of a nightmare for people. My bad. I should do some, like, nighttime streams. Just to keep things funky fresh, you know? Maybe, like, an occasional thing. That could be nice. Amnesia the Dark Descent spooky stream? Oh, yo, spooky stream? I would love a spooky stream.
is a universal high
going.
damage normal. Doing 14%. The
I haven't
high
played it
damage
yet.
is what makes down to a good
Looks
option
very good,
here.
though.
See, breakaway doesn't give you invincibility or anything, it just gives you a damage resistance and armor before you hit the ground. Now, down 2 is handy because the opponent will usually take one attack before hitting the ground, and down 2 capitalizes on that by doing as much damage as possible with that one hit. This gives you...
Yeah, okay, so, like, you're, like, punishing it, but not really. I can't enjoy Minecraft very much. No, that makes sense. It is not very much not for everybody. I can understand that. Currently, it is 11:30 at night. Did he throw up? He did. I know he has spit attacks.
Possible with that one hit.
He do have spit
This
attacks.
gives you
He's
a
fucked
decent
up.
amount of guaranteed damage. It also does okay damage if the opponent chooses not to break away, but of course you are leaving a lot of damage on the table.
He keeps spitting, dude. Yeah. Yeah, you leave a lot of damage on the table not doing
A big
for
problem
that.
with down 2, however, is that it's a normal. You can't cancel into it, which means that if the opponent uses
Dude,
breakaway
stop!
to drop out of a string, it's not going to be any good for you because you won't be able to use it in time. The other option you had is Fatal Blow, which is a true armor breaker.
Yep. Yeah, I didn't play the full thing.
Calling Fatal Blow a consistent answer to breakaway would be a massive fucking stretch.
Yeah, these shits are
On top
slow.
of the fact that the opponent can have multiple breakaways in a match and you only get one Fatal Blow, you have to be at low health to use it. And they're not the best armor breakers in general. They do a lot of damage, but even though you can cancel into them, if you're doing a string and the opponent uses breakaway to fall out of the string, if you cancel into Fatal Blow, it'll often just whiff. The
Yeah.
vast majority of Fatal Blows are either slow, don't have the best hitboxes, or are Shao Kahn's.
Oh, his was dog shit, I remember. 29 frames. They were so mean to this guy. He wasn't that bad in the final patch, I think. Dude, why did he take so long to do that?
Or are Shao Kahn's.
He acting like that spear mad heavy for no reason. Not that deep. Come on, dude. Buckle up.
Now, for the longest time, those were your two only concrete-ish answers to breakaway.
True, he's
But
dogging
after
like
the first
GameCube
combat
Armag.
pack,
Is it GameCube
we
Armageddon?
finally got what was intended to be a concrete answer to breakaway, and that was the armor breaker.
This shit pisses me off so bad.
Now, I gotta be honest, right? I don't hate breakaway, but I hate how armor breakers were implemented.
Yeah.
I think they are an absolute mess, personally.
Still feel this
My
way.
big gripe with armor breakers is that there is little to no consistency across the board. For example, that was Scorpion's back 3 over.
Okay, I will say, like, obviously I'm a big advocate for stuff like character-specific combos and, like, non-universal wake-up times. I tend to like when shit is not just the same against the entire cast. This is not it. This is not it. This is not how you do it, right? Because this is like answer to a very widely disliked universal mechanic. This should maybe be a little universal. And then you see it and it's like...
Head, and when he breaks armor with it, it launches. Now, Kano's armor breaker is his back 1, which restands. But not all armor breakers are normals. Some characters have special moves as armor breakers. Spawn had the first armor breaker in the game. He had his when he came out, and other characters got theirs later. It's his back forward 3, and if you break armor with it and amplify, you get a launch where you usually wouldn't.
God, Spawn shit out damage in this game. Also, sorry, I have to point out that I just realized the fucking name. The name for the variations. Spawn came out, good for him. Proud of him.
A lot of armor breakers also just don't really make sense in my opinion. Like, Sonya's is her forward 3.
Look at this.
Which, on top of being 8 frames slower than her down 2, which is the classic way to challenge breakaway, it actually does less damage in a lot of situations.
This was probably the worst armor breaker in the game, if I remember right. There was not a single modicum of thought that went into this. I do not know what the fuck they were cooking. It was abysmal. It was abysmal. I don't know what the fuck they were doing here. Like, you add an answer to Breakaway, and hers is, like, strictly worse than the fucking DIY answer to Breakaway. Oh.
Which, like, what is this for? Why would you make it this? Spawn having the first armor breaker would also give us a little bit of insight into what I would consider a pretty big issue with them as a whole. See, Spawn has an equipable move called Charging Hellspawn. It's amazing, it's one of the best launches in the game, and it's one of the biggest reasons for his amazing damage output. But, if you equip this move, it's his back forward 3, replacing his armor breaker. So if you pick this, and if you're playing Spawn, you probably will, you just don't have an armor breaker, outside of Fatal Blow, of course. Back when there were 3 competitive variations for each character, this was just a mess, because a lot of the time a character's best variation just wouldn't have their armor breaker, which felt really wrong in my opinion. Even now, where custom variations are the standard in ranked and in tournaments, a lot of the time a character will just have one really important move that's pretty key to their kit, that just happens to replace their armor breaker. For example, one of Kotal Khan's best moves is this. It's an equipable launcher, and it's his main way to launch the opponent.
He needed
If
this
Kotal
like a
doesn't
real
have this
bad.
move equipped, he will be launching you significantly less. He has other options to launch you, but they usually require a crushing blow or they're not great, like his back 2 launcher.
Yeah.
However, the move that gets replaced when you equip the launcher is his fucking armor breaker.
What the fuck were they thinking, dude?
One of the strangest things about how armor breakers were implemented.
They... Was the armor breaker guy like a CEO or something? Was he just like one of the higher ups that no one was allowed to say anything to? Was no one allowed to point out this was the worst idea ever? God damn it, dude. He loses his main launcher to gain the move that is specifically designed to punish a juggle-based move. I know, right? It's like... It's Warner Bros. Yeah, that's true. That is how they operate. Unfortunately, the dumbest person in the room is usually the one who gets the final say, and also can fire you the easiest. Shit's fucked.
Implemented to me is that there's one character who I think absolutely fucking nails them, and
Yes.
that's Shao Kahn. Shao Kahn is the only character in the game to have 3 armor breakers instead of 1. The first is the down-amplified version.
Can you explain the custom and variation thing? I never played Mortal Kombat 11. You had like a certain amount of points and special moves cost a certain amount. Spot on. You're exactly right. So, Mortal Kombat 11 had like a much more basic take on Mortal Kombat X's variations, where you had the base character's kit, and then you had 3 empty slots, okay? And you could equip a bunch of different special moves to add to your character. Most of them cost 1, but certain really important specials cost 2. So, for example, Kano, for example, he had a command grab, he had, like, an equipable thing that gave him more strings, specifically revolving around the knife. He had one that gave him a high and a low parry. He had, one that was abysmal dog shit, that replaced his knife with a laser. And there was the pull. So the one where, like, the thing comes out of his chest and he's like, whoop, and it would, like, suck you towards him. Oh, and the chemical burn, that one was really good. And then he had a launcher. He had a launcher called Snakebite. And that actually cost 2. So if you equipped Snakebite, you only had 1 more empty slot. So certain very clearly powerful specials would leave you with very little flexibility. Ironically for Kano, that was dog shit. Snakebite was really bad. And before the final version of the game, characters couldn't take like whatever builds they wanted onto ranked and in tournaments. They had 3 preset variations, and some characters just got dealt a really bad hand. But in the final version of the game, you can just mostly use whatever. There's a handful of specials that are just banned outright because they're very clearly for casual play. They're just kind of silly, goofy. Shit like Terminator coming back to life, Devora coming back to life, you know. But yeah, you could make your own build for each character, but it was pretty limited. It was quite limited. This is from the pre-Yasified era, I'm pretty sure. This very much is so. I think this is like 2022.
Version of his shoulder charge.
Actually, let me go back because like I want
Instead of 1.
to stress this point.
First is the down.
I do want to stress that like Shao Kahn fixes nearly every issue with Armor Breaker, but they stopped at Shao Kahn, and it's infuriating.
Amplified version of his shoulder charge.
Yeah, they do.
I think this is pretty smart because, as I showed earlier, if you break away the normal Amplify, Shao Kahn is...
Yo, Roxy Rascal! Thank you so much for the raid on. That is much appreciated. I'm pretty close to ramping up the stream. But we are doing a bit of reminiscing. I'm watching one of my old fighting game garbage videos. This is one of the only ones that, like, I think actually holds up. This is the fighting game garbage on Breakaway in Mortal Kombat 11. But yeah, I hope we had a good stream. We're talking... This is a bit about how, like, fucking Oni Shao Kahn nailed armor breakers.
left minus. His second armor breaker is his down back 1 anti-air grab, and it's fine. You can amplify it to get a bit more damage, but there's nothing special about it, it's just an armor breaker. What I really like though is that at the time, you gotta remember there were 3 competitive variations for each character, and Shao Kahn's third variation didn't have either of these moves. His anti-air grab was replaced with an anti-air spear, and his shoulder charge was replaced with a spear charge.
I will very quickly interrupt myself to say, no, my most hated fighting game garbage is a really obscure one. This one got taken down, like, before I went back and scrubbed a bunch of my, like, fighting game garbages that I think were just, like, not good. It's the Exod Potemkin one. That one I don't think was up for even a week. It's a really awful video. Honestly, if I do make another fighting game garbage, it could be on that video. It is abysmal. Right? It was genuinely just, like, saying shit that I read on Dustloop with, like, no knowledge of what actually made the character bad or what the game he was in was like. It was so awful. But, like, yeah, that was a bit of a fucking wake-up call for me. That was like, okay, I need to lock in instead of just enthusiastically talking about things that I've heard are bad. Right? No, yeah, listen, I have a bit of a soft spot for MK. For sure. I liked this game, despite all of its flaws, but also this was... No.
However, instead of just having no...
Wait, it was the gag about a cop actually being punished for beating the shit... Oh my god, okay, we can actually... After this video, let's go dig that up. Between which videos? I think we went up the same time as the Strife Potemkin one.
Armor breaker in Variation 3. His new anti-air spear is also an armor breaker, and it's actually a better armor breaker than the old anti-air grab because you get a combo afterwards if you amplify. I thought this was really cool. I wish more characters did this.
It's not how this, like, fixes the problem. This fixes the problem.
Now, I completely understand that you could argue, oh, well, different characters are just designed around having different armor breakers, you know? That's just how they're balanced. Some are going to have better ones, some are going to have worse ones, some won't have them at all, and some will always have them. And, maybe, but I don't know, it just doesn't sit right with me at all. Like, Breakaway is consistent for every single character. It is performed the exact same way, it acts the exact same way. So, it's just a bit weird that the solution to Breakaway, which was added so long after the game launched, is so inconsistent across the cast. Like, imagine if when V-Shift was added to Street Fighter V, certain characters only had it in V-Trigger, or they had to spend a bar for it, or didn't have one at all, you know? I don't know.
It is that bad.
I didn't like the direction they went with them at all. Also, I've talked about 3 primary ways to beat Breakaway, and there are certain situations where if the opponent breakaways at the right time or fast enough, none of them work.
Yeah, this is nuts to me. Nope.
Which, I don't know.
Eat shit, idiot.
That feels kind of gross.
Eat shit, idiot.
Now, I'm sorry if this felt a bit opinionated, or if I got a...
I'm such a fucking fence sitter, dude. It's so nuts to me that I was, like, so worried about potentially pissing off, like, you know, people who are better at a MK11 than me. Like, oh, jeez, am I really... What if I'm wrong about Breakaway? And then I dropped the video and everyone fucking agreed with me. MK11 players were like, dude, yeah, this shit is awful, you're right. Yeah. That's why I'm here. Yeah, exactly. Oh, God, I hate that I was such a fence sitter. But still, this video does hold up, I think. Yeah, that might be what I'm thinking of. He just, like, has that. He can just slip and slide out of combos. But yeah, that is the video. Before we call things a day, though, let's dig up that Peter video real quick. I do... Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I should have just been, like, more ready to... Just, like... I was too scared. I was too scared. The tripping video is quite good, actually. Okay, let's pull up the Peter video. Let's look at this bit. 1 minute. If you had to make another about a mechanic, what would it be about? Ooh. A video... Okay, actually, I do at some point want to do a video on V-Trigger 2 in Street Fighter V. Specifically, V-Trigger 2 on launch. V-Trigger 2 on launch in Street Fighter V. Little baby Big Yellow. What do you mean, little baby Big Yellow? I ain't no baby. I ain't no baby. Okay, there's the baby. The baby is in the back. The baby is in the back. She's died. My god. My god. There we go. The Scrunkly Bunkley. She fell the fuck over. That's sad. I do have this guy. But he's not a baby. We built him today. We built him today. He is not a baby. Check him out. Hell yeah. Dude, I fucking love Lego. That shit is so beast. Nice. Alpha plush aura. He's stealing my dang bit. Yeah. The input delay in Smash Ultimate, that might be fair. But yeah, I wanted specifically to talk about, like, what was it? Let me think about it. I wanted to talk about, V-Trigger 2 in Street Fighter V, specifically on launch. Specifically on launch. It was not good. Like, no, wait, no. On launch, there was just, like, such a huge gap between so many V-Trigger 2s and V-Trigger 1s that it was really messy. So, yeah. That's something I want to talk about. Hang on, let me see. I need to see if I can find the fucking... Okay, let's see. Where was it? Where's the clip? Where's the clip? The second I fucking see Sagat, I know what's going on. Oh my god, this might be it. Wait, this is it. This is the first video. Okay, this video got some pushback. This joke did get some pushback, but like I don't care. It was like good. If you got pushback to this, then you just an idiot. I don't know what to tell you.
This has pretty much no practical use, but it's kind of interesting, I guess. As I already showed, Light Baton is actually fast enough for you to combo from Medium Punch. However, those of you paying attention might have noticed something wrong. Very wrong. Light Baton wasn't just minus on hit, it was minus 16 on hit. The entire cast gets a massive punish. Any American viewers who weren't familiar with what just happened, a policeman actually got punished for beating the shit out of someone.
There's a few special kind of people in the comments who did not like that. They were not a fan. But I cooked. I fucking cooked. The fact that I just like this is like a fucking 8-minute video that is mostly completely just dead straight on a fuck-ass non-playable character with like 400 health. And I just snuck that shit in. And it's all the fact it's in the first video that I did that actually took off too. I knew what the fuck. I knew what the fuck. I can be a smart cookie sometime. I can be a smart cookie, honestly. You know, here's the cookie. Here's me. I'm smart. I'm nom 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 nom. I don't know what to tell you. I just know what I'm doing. Oh my god. Big Yellow calling for dead straight. Uh-oh. Dark humor fans when you don't make jokes about minorities. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'm a fan of dark humor. Wait, did you just say that you want a good, honest, hardworking policeman to get a piano dropped on their head, and then stick their head out the top of the piano with their teeth replaced with piano keys and a big cartoon lump on their head? You monster! Big Yellow has gone woke and has pronouns. Blue herring coming. I know. I did. He said blue yellow. I think I found you from the PETA video. I think quite a few people did. And honestly, Good. Good. I'm glad. Looney Tunes is going too far. Yeah, they gotta do something about this Looney Tunes shit. This Looney Tunes shit has to stop. Stop. Stop, dude. Stop. It's fucked up. Tell you what, before we call it a day, I'm gonna very quickly, well, I'll pause the timer, because I will, we'll come back to this. We'll come back to this. I'm just gonna very quickly look at, god damn. I mean, I listen, I said it yesterday, but, like, the support has been, god damn. This has been a fun 2 days. I have loved these streams so much. I know we had some technical issues at the beginning, but god damn, this has been nice. Let me turn the tunes back on real quick, just while I... Yeah. There we go. I found a Reverend reference. Oh, hell yeah, that's also the beast. I will quickly, very quickly... Oh, hell... You also got mentioned in the Bumbles McFumbles video as an example of someone good at fighting games. See, that's awesome. I like his videos a lot, but also, no. That's not what I am. I am, not the good. I'm alright. I'm fine. I make it work. I make it work. That's what we'll say. A little bit. So, just to recap, current Islander votes for Tomodachi. We'll do this at the end of the subathon, again. We'll tally everything up. 4 for Homer Simpson, 1 for Erika Ferrudo, 1 for Bobby Hill, 1 for Una Final Fantasy X, 1 for Happy Chaos, 6 for Frogger, 7 for Daryl Lasco, 13 for Blaze the Cat, 11 for Axel Lowe, 25 for the Lego Crystal, 15 for Bart Simpson, 1 for Haru Urara, 1 for Axon, 12 for Victory Bell, 1 for Alex Street Fighter, 10 for the Worm from Worms, 8 for Bowsette, 2 for Roderick, 5 for Goro Majima, 11 for Guybrush, and 15 for Zaz Sonic Lost World. Yeah, no, we're about to wrap things up. But we will be continuing tomorrow, for sure, don't you worry. Let me have a quick look as well at the list of, like, the dropped games to revisit. We got 9 comments. So we got a suggestion for Super Paper Mario. For the post on chat's behalf, wow, Pokemon Scarlet, what a game. Are we gambling on Mugen custom characters by chance? No, I will say what we did do, and maybe we'll do one tomorrow just for fun. God damn, I don't think so. Just because, like, I have such a backlog of supercuts to do. Right? Like, as soon as I'm done with the next RBY video, I need to do the Tomodachi Season 3 cut. You know? Let's see. Super Paper Mario, another suggestion. For the post, an iconic big yellow quote from day 1 of the subathon, unless I'm hallucinating it, haha. Another day, another gay. That's pretty good, actually. That's fair. Sonic Lost World, I would like to finish that, actually. I would actually like to do that. Post, I will eat 15 worms if Worms 3D is not re-released by June 2026. Oh, that is a good one. I do like that one. Oh, actually, that reminds me, actually, that people were talking about me getting mentioned in other people's videos. One that, like, put a big old smile on my face recently was, what was it? One that put a big old smile on my face was Leon Massey. He did a second channel video where he does a tier list for fighting game discourse. And he shouts me out because he thinks it's cool when I talk about how much I love Street Fighter V. Damn, that put a smile on my face. That was nice. That was nice. Sound bloke, I gotta say. Pseudo Regalia, chat post, gay, thumbs up emoji, fire emoji 100. That's not bad, I agree. I'm partial to some of them. Hello there, Big Yellow, how are you? We're about to wrap things up, but I'm doing well. More people asking me to finish Chibi Robo, that makes a lot of sense. Post, I need to tell you the truth, I'm not actually the color yellow, I hope you can forgive me. Yeah, that's pretty good. It's good. Meatopia for the post, just a gif of the noise from Pizza Tower saying, I'm going to kill you with no elaboration. Oh, damn. I don't want to do that one. I don't want to do that one. Oh, no. Oh, no. Meatopia again. What's the post? Trans men need more love. That one's true, actually. That one is true, actually. That's just the truth, Nuke. That's not even a jokey. That's not even a jokey jokester post. That's just real. 100 line Nice Defense Academy. That makes sense. Saying dough is good, actually. Saying dough is good. And then another for Chibi Robo. Post, it's so sad that Chansey dropped the PU. I like that one. I think, I'm not gonna lie, my favorite one here is I will eat 15 worms if Worms 3D is not re-released by June 2026. Everyone deserves more love. Everyone is too hateful. True. Everyone is too mean. The internet is too... It's too beneficial to be mean. It needs to pay less to be a meanie head, I think. I think that was yours. It was yours. You cooked with that one. That put a big smile on my face, I won't lie. But yeah. You know what? She did stream... She rated us the other day. So I'm gonna send you over to Emily the Cooper. And I will catch y'all tomorrow. I had a really nice time today. Like, we did have some technical shenanigans early on. And my tummy is now full of pizza. So I'm not gonna be sleeping for a while. I need to work that shit off. Or I'm just gonna feel like die when I go to bed. But still, I had a really nice time. This was good. I'll catch y'all, I'm pretty sure tomorrow. I'm pretty sure I'll just jump into the stream tomorrow. I'll see how things go. But awesome. And same day again. The contrast is why I suggested the noise give. Honestly, I kind of see it. But yeah, I'll send you over to Emily. Thank you. We have to wait a minute because Twitch has to like set it up and all that. You know how Twitch is. You know how Twitch be. But yeah, Nightbot, shut up. Be quiet, Nightbot. You're being a silly Billy. Bye, Big Yellow. Bye-bye, everybody. That would be an idea.